Special announcement: Megumi Ishitani is confirmed to be directing episode 1015 of the anime, which will adapt chapter 1000 of the manga. Now, you may know her from episode 957 and 982. She is splendid at her work, and I can't wait to see episode 1015. Now, on to the video. Hey guys, we'll be reviewing slash analyzing One Piece chapter 1042 for this video. Lots of interesting details in this one, so stay tuned. So the chapter title is The Victor Needs No Epithet, which is probably referring to the fight between Luffy and Kaido, and probably to Kaido face Oden as well, but more on that a little bit later in the chapter review. Now the chapter kicks off with the continuation of the Whole Cake Island and Germa cover story, with Pudding seemingly just about done with their siblings, and they gotta make sure they don't push her too much, else they fear what she may do. Now, starting off the first page, we are already getting some action and absolutely beautiful art, with Drake stabbing the Blue Scarf CP0 member in the back, and we see that this is a continuation from when Drake got up in the previous chapter, but there is something else that is very interesting that does happen in this page. Now, when the Blue Scarf CP0 agent asks Drake to explain himself, Drake says that this is what his justice tells him to do. But then the CP0 agent mentions that he is envious of Drake, implying to me that he is doing things outside of his own beliefs or his own justice, and that he simply cannot sway away from what he is told to do. So I think this is some very interesting detail we are getting about Blue Scarf's character, as well as Drake. And then we do see Blue Scarf CP0 agent asking, or not asking, but escaping Drake's sword and getting ready to Shigan him. And which in the following page, we do see that he does indeed land the Shigan in Drake's neck, which could signal the death of the 1% man, as indicated to in the anime. And later on, in the second page, we do get to see some beautiful, wholesome art of the Flower Capital citizens. Including Otoko making skyboats and lighting the fires in the skyboats, sending them in the sky with their wishes. Now, I think it's a very interesting connection here that while these world-class fights and this war is going on, the citizens seemingly know nothing of it and are enjoying what is, in their eyes, the only peaceful night of the year for them. And the warriors fighting the war want to keep it that way. They don't want to disrupt their peace. Now, in the third page, it cuts straight to Kaido face Luffy, showing an intense and genius, in my opinion, change of environments here, where one was very peaceful and calm, and the other is a fight to the death between two world-class pirates. Now, one is fighting to maintain the peace that we just saw in the previous page, and one is trying to maintain the tyranny over the citizens who are trying to have peace. And we do see a beautiful art of Luffy throwing a barrage of Gear 4 punches, all landing on Kaido, except for the one in the end of the page, where Kaido seemingly deflects it. But in the fourth page, we see that Luffy is continuing to land the blows on Kaido, but showcasing wheezing, which can indicate tiredness. He cannot use Gear 4 for a long time after all, and we do see Kaido is getting hurt by Luffy's attacks. But he also comments something very interesting, where he mentions that given the nature of rubber, Luffy should not be able to bend the trajectory of his attacks. And this could imply many things. Either Luffy's fruit is not what it seems to be, or it could imply something else. Now in the fifth page, classic Oda, and amazing gags in general. It's so funny. In the middle of a death battle, Kaido seems to be thinking of other things, and this state is mentioned to be the Drunken Beggar state. Luffy does get angry at Kaido, asking if he's still drunk, but Kaido then says that Luffy isn't the only one that can see into the future. Now, in the sixth page, he is in dragon form, dodging all of Luffy's attacks, showing the Drunken Thief mode, seemingly by using Future Sight. And then he reaches Luffy, being able to bite down on Luffy in what seems to be his body in hybrid and his head in dragon form, showing more interesting mechanisms of his fruit. Now, Luffy is seen taking a lot of damage from this attack. And then in the seventh page, again, amazing art in this chapter, we see Kaido flying high into the sky, releasing Luffy from his grip, and is firing a blast breath straight at Luffy. And in the 8th page, we see the continuation of this with the blast hitting Luffy and going straight down to Onigashima, where it just misses some people, including Yamato. And this page does have incredible art, in my opinion, and sequence of panels, and Luffy's expression right before the blast hits him says it all about Kaido's attack. Now, in the 9th page, we don't get much dialogue, but we see the impact of Kaido's attack on Luffy, and we do see Luffy switch from Snake Man into Bounce Man. And then transitioning to page 10, we see Luffy mentioning that this is his final Gear 4, and he's sort of asking himself how many minutes he has left in it. And then Kaido mentions that Luffy is free to take sides however he wishes. And then he continues this dialogue in page 11 by telling Luffy that the people of Wano are weaklings that accepted defeat in their hearts, and that they all have their excuses. Then Luffy tells him that the samurai are strong, but Kaido asks him whether they and he are strong or just stubborn. And he later goes on to say that the victor needs no epithet. Now, this relates back to the title of this chapter, and I feel we need to dissect the statement here that is said by Kaido. Now, the victor needing no epithet, meaning the victor does not necessarily need a characteristic tied to them or to their victory, and that they are simply victorious. It could imply and never mind the means, it's about the end result scenario, but we know that Kaido is deeply affected by the old hag that ruined the fight between him and Oden, where he was victorious, but it was definitely not how he wanted it to go. Luffy then uses Overcon Gun, which hits Kaido directly and sends him to the ground. And then in the 12th and 13th page, in these two pages, we do see Luffy getting ready to strike Kaido again, while Gear 4 is still active. But we see Kaido preparing an attack on the 12th page, and then in the 13th page, he hits Luffy with Thunder Bellow Bagua, which leaves Luffy struggling to maintain Gear 4. And then we also see Kaido has transitioned into his bloodthirsty drunk state. Now, in the 14th page, we see Luffy mention that he has about one more hit left in him, and if it doesn't work, then he's lost. Luffy and Kaido are about to clash, but we see CP0 agent Blue Scarf using Iron Body and holding Luffy's arm back. Then in the 15th and 16th pages, in an amazing, absolutely stunning double page spread, we see the panels of Luffy paralleling Oden and Kaido striking Luffy head on with the Thunder Bellow Bagua. And we do see Kaido's absolutely devastated expression as the world-class fight he longed for ever since the Oden fight has been messed with yet again. Now, thanks so much for watching, guys. Let me know your thoughts on the chapter in the comments below. And if you liked the video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Also, I'll be releasing more One Piece content this week, so be sure to look out for that. Thanks, and take care.